needs a place to call home, a safe space where it can find food, water, and shelter. This place is called a habitat. From deep oceans to towering trees, every plant and animal has a habitat that helps it survive. Some habitats are hot and dry, while others are cool and wet. But no matter where they are, they provide the essential conditions for life. Animals and plants do not just exist in these habitats. They interact with them and each other in ways that help maintain the balance of nature. But what types of habitat exist? How do different plants and animals adapt to them? And how do they depend on each other for survival? Let's find out. A habitat is the place where plants and animals live, grow, and thrive. It provides everything they need to survive, including food, water, shelter, and protection. While some living things are perfectly suited to life on land, others thrive in water, and some can live in both environments. Every plant and animal has specific needs, and their habitat gives them the right conditions to grow. Animals can be found in many different habitats, each suited to their own way of life. Some live entirely on land, others spend their lives in water, and some are capable of living in both. Additionally, certain animals depend on other living creatures for their survival. Let's take a look at the different habitats. First up, land habitats. Many animals spend their entire lives in land, where they find food and shelter. Some examples include monkeys, cows, sheep, and cats. Next up, water habitats. Some animals are fully aquatic, meaning they only live in water. Some examples include whales, fish, and eels, which are adapted to swimming and breathing underwater. Now, some animals can survive in both environments. These amphibious creatures, such as frogs, crabs, and alligators, can move between land and water as needed. Some animals live on other animals. These creatures make their homes on other animals, feeding off them or using them for shelter. Some examples of these animals include ticks and lice, which rely on their hosts for survival. Now, each animal has adapted to its habitat to find food, avoid predators, and reproduce successfully. But just as animals have specific places where they thrive, plants also need the right conditions to survive. Some plants grow best in dry environments, while others require constant moisture. Certain plants even grow by attaching themselves to other plants. Let's take a look at each plant habitat. First up, dry habitats. Some plants, such as cacti, are specially adapted to live in hot, dry conditions, like the desert. They store water in their stems and have deep roots to absorb moisture from the ground. Next, wet habitats. Plants like water lilies and seaweed thrive in wet environments. They either are floating on water or growing beneath the surface. Next, damp habitats. Some plants prefer moist conditions, such as those found in swamps and rainforests. Mangroves and fern are great examples of plants that grow in these damp environments. And then there's plants that live on other plants. Some plants, such as vines and orchids, attach themselves to larger plants for support. Unlike parasites, they do not harm the plant, but they just grow on them. By adapting to different conditions, plants can survive in almost every environment on Earth. Their ability to grow in a variety of habitats helps sustain animals by providing food and shelter. Plants and animals are not just a part of the same habitats. They rely on each other for survival. This connection is called interdependence. Without plants, animals would struggle to find food and shelter. And without animals, plants would have difficulty spreading seeds and getting nutrients. Here's how plants and animals depend on each other. Plants produce oxygen, which animals need to breathe. Plants also provide food in the form of leaves, fruits, seeds, and stems. And they offer protection for many species. Here's how plants depend on animals. Some animals help scatter plant seed by eating fruits and passing the seeds through their waste. Plants need manure from animals to grow strong and healthy, and some plants rely on humans to cultivate and care for them. This natural balance keeps ecosystems functioning properly. Without plants, herbivores would not have food. Without animals, plants would struggle to reproduce and spread. Let's test what you've learned. 1. What is a habitat? 2. Name 3 types of animal habitats. 3. Give an example of an animal that can live on both land and water. 4. What are 2 examples of plant habitats?